And there it is. There it is. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So we tried this earlier, and I kept having to refresh the stream, even before I started this stream here. Keep having to refresh the stream. It was crashing a lot. It did get better as it went on, but I was streaming it, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I was like, too many moments of like, I wasn't happy with the refreshing and everything. So anyway, I figured, let me come on here now and at least do an after discussion, because I love Galaxy phone stuff and everything. And like I said, as of last year, I finally kind of made this Galaxy Unpacked like a thing to not forget about. I used to like never really know when it was and stuff. But as of last year, I was like, let me watch this, because like, I don't know, like Galaxy, like this stuff's kind of cool. So Galaxy Unpacked, February 2019. So what happened? My God, we had the Galaxy Fold, right? What? So it kind of reminded me of like the reveal of like the Note. You know, it's like the new thing. I'm not sure what's gonna go on with that. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be. It's $2,000. It's a little under $2,000. So I don't wonder how that's gonna go. They made sure to say it's a luxury product, you know, because of the price and everything. I did like the notion that like it's a phone and a tablet, so you flip it open and you had a tablet on like demand, like, you know what I mean? So that was cool. The front of it, the screen was pretty small, and they even said like 4 point something, right? So, and the phone is kind of like long, but the screen doesn't take up the whole phone. The phone's like this long closed, but the screen only goes up to this much and stuff like that. So I don't know, the front was like, I was like, I don't know about that. It looks a little like, I feel like weird it's not taking up the amount of space that it could or something. I'm sure they had to do that for whatever reason. But, so, yeah, I mean, like, you open it up, and it becomes like a tablet on demand, which is cool. They had, like, 3-screen multitasking now. We have, like, a big screen and 2 small screens. It was real easy to, like, take a thing and put it to the big screen and stuff like that. It had 2 batteries in it. Each side had a battery that makes up like 1 battery or something. I think it was like 4,000 milliamps or whatever. But that was interesting. That was an interesting way to do it. What else? Let's see. So now I was figuring they have to, like, this can't be like the only thing that reveals today. It has to be some sort of Galaxy S10, because that thing is almost $2,000. So it's like, you know, come on. So so then trying to think what kind next. I don't know what, if I forget what order, but Galaxy S10 comes in 3 sizes. You have the Plus, which does a couple of more things. Samsung used to have it where whether it was the Plus or the regular version, there was no difference, just the size. But now they're starting to do like what Apple does, to where if you get the Plus, it's like it does a couple of more things, a couple more cameras and stuff like that. And you have a medium size one, and then you have like the S10e or something, which is like a smaller one or something, the cheaper version or whatever. I think the regular one was 800 or something like that. So that's gonna be good for people looking at it and be like, oh, it's not $1,000, whatever. I forget how much the Plus was and stuff like that. One thing that I was a little like hutter on was that they have in the front, you can actually see it in the picture there a little bit. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. In the picture there, like right at the top on the right side, it has like this little nub for the camera. Like, so the phone is like all screen, like pretty much. Has little bezels, whatever they call them, on the bottom, really thin. But the phone is mostly screen, and it has the front-facing camera. It's like this little like dimple. So I'm never a fan of anything like that that cuts off the screen, even if it's a little dimple like that. That's just like, you know, I hope if you're gonna do that, I hope to have a mode where you can, you know, shrink the screen to where the line cuts off where that thing is, so you won't have anything blocking your picture. I believe the fold thing had that too, but it was on the, like the top right, and it had like this like top right. There was like this curve kind of like thing that was blocking the screen when you held it like horizontal or something like that. I was like, oh, I hate that when it like cuts off the part. It makes me feel like they're kind of telling you like, oh, just ignore that because we want you to, and we couldn't do that. I just like they should. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to maybe shrink the screen, but I think they do it so they could say, oh, look how much screen real estate we have, whatever. So you had that. So the Galaxy S10, crazy. You can use it as a wireless charging pad. So basically, you could use the phone to charge things wirelessly. It has like, you can obviously charge the phone itself wirelessly, but it has like not only the input, but it has the output now too. So you can use the back of the phone to charge another phone wirelessly, or your earbuds wirelessly, and stuff like that. That's a pretty cool feature. I stopped wireless charging a while ago. I heard like it, I don't know, it uses a battery the same time that it's charging, so it's not really good for the battery. That kind of skeeved me out a little bit. I don't know. I used to love it before I discovered that, once I looked into it. Because I think when you plug it in, basically, it stops using the battery, and you're using like just electricity from the plug and stuff like that. So the battery is just charging; it's not being used. And I don't know, whatever. But it's still innovative, cool feature. Then they had the watches and stuff like that. You could charge the watch wirelessly and everything like that. Trying to think. Oh, Adobe Premiere Rush. That was I found that pretty cool. Being doing what I do, something like that. Adobe Premiere Rush, basically something that's been out, but I think they're partnering now with Samsung. It's going to come with all the Samsung phones for free or something like that, is what I got out of it. It's like a phone version of Adobe Premiere. So, because they were saying, oh, you know, you shoot video, then you got to upload it to your PC and wait. Now you can shoot like videos and edit them right there on your phone. I'm sure it's not going to have every feature, but you're going to have a more efficient, you know, legit editing tool where you can do a little more than the average. So that's kind of cool. I think that was pretty much the gist of it, as far as I can remember. They have their new tablet, which is just more powerful, something like that, I believe. Something with the earbuds that connect fast to the tablet just by pressing a button, or you can answer your call from your tablet if you connect your phone. Something like that. I feel like you could do that on things already, probably. But yeah, you know, you almost feel like now, like Samsung events, like they almost feel like Apple events were, where the Apple events used to be, to where like you watch them now and like you're gonna get some sort of innovation and stuff like that, and you're not gonna really be missing functions, you're just gonna be adding functions and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. Like I feel like when I watched the last Apple event, it's more of like, we have this new cool thing, but we're taking this away, and you know, like I don't know. I feel like with Samsung, you could still do both. You know what I mean? They still have the headphone jack. They still have I feel like they still have like the old features, but they just add on with new features. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's one thing I thought of. I was like, this feels like Apple events, how they used to be. Used to watch Apple events and I'm like, oh my god, what are they going to come up with next? And I don't know. I feel like Apple events now, they kind of just maybe they just change things around. They're not really. I don't know. But I don't know. But yeah, so I was like, this feels like how Apple events used to be. I don't know. Well, whatever. But there was one more thing. Oh, the fingerprint. So you got an on-screen fingerprint sensor. Finally, with the S10. I don't think it was in the Fold, if I remember correctly. But the S10 has the on-screen fingerprint. And something like it has like sonar, to where it's not just like getting a picture of your fingerprint. It's like sending like a sonar signal, so it could like detect the actual shape of your finger or something like that. Which I said is good, you know, so people, you know, it's good with like weather conditions. If your phone's wet or something, you're scanning your actual, you know, finger. It's not just like if it's taking a picture of your fingerprint and there's bad weather or something, it can mess with like taking the picture of your finger and stuff like that. It's also good for security. Someone can just hold a picture up to the phone and with your fingerprint and stuff like that. Of course, they had other measures in there to help against that. But I think that was the gist of it. So yeah, like I love this stuff. I love all the events like this. You know, even the Apple events, whatever. But I'm into Samsung, and like I said, as of last year, I kind of like made it a point. Thank God I got like an email, like from somewhere. I don't know how. I got an email saying that it was today. I think I got the email yesterday. I was like, oh shit. So I was happy I caught this, and this is something I would love to catch every year from Samsung. And like I said, I tried to come on earlier and like live stream it all, but I kept having to refresh the stream and everything, and I was just like, and like, I was like, you know what? I originally was like, yeah, I was saying, I was like, maybe I should come back and do this later. But then as time went on, I was like, you know what? I think that's the better thing to do. But I figured, you know what? Let me just come on and do like a some sort of discussion and stuff like that, because I love, you know, the Galaxy phones in general. So it's something I just love to do. But I think in the future with the Galaxy events, I might stream them after. Because it was so much crashing and stuff like that. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I might stream them after, or just do like a reaction, because like with the Galaxy events like this, there's a lot of moments where there's talking and stuff like that, and they're not really revealing anything for a little bit. If I had peeps over and we were hanging out, like a hangout stream, that's different. But you know, like with a Nintendo Direct, like you're like they're constantly hitting you with stuff, and you constantly talk about stuff. Oh no, what happened? So, but yeah, something like this, I may stream it after, or I may just do like an after discussion. But like I said, yeah, something wasn't going right. I was just like, with all the refreshes and stuff, I decided to like, but I was like, you know what, I still want to come on here and do some sort of something, because I love this stuff and whatever. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Am I going to get the S10? Right now, I'm rocking the S8. And that's the first phone in a long time that I was like, you know what? Let me stop doing like the trading in stuff. I think it's time to lower my bill. So, and I love the S8. I originally was going to keep the Note 7. I love that phone to death. That's one thing I actually missed with the fingerprint in the front. I don't mind the fingerprint in the back at all. Even with the S8, people say it's right next to the camera, and sometimes you go to hit the thing, but you can hit the camera and you smudge up the camera. To me, actually, over time, I realized that the position that the fingerprint sensor is in the S8, it's actually not that hard. It's actually pretty easy, because like you just go all the way to the side of the phone and then go in, and the first thing you touch is going to be the fingerprint on that side. You don't just go right for the middle. So if you use it that way, it actually isn't bad at all to me. But I do miss for like signing in, like the Note 7. Oh my god! Like at first they had it to where you hit the button and like you hit it, hit it, second, boom, it's on. But then they upgraded it to where like you just go pop up. That's all you had to do. Pop, it was on. Like no time at all. And that was a nice feature. But so maybe hopefully with this that'll come back with the fingerprint thing in the front now. But yeah, speaking of that, it reminds me of the back of the phone. Now they have like 17 cameras or something. They're gonna have like 6 cameras in the back of the phone, or something like that. You know, telephoto. Oh, so there's no, I'm sorry. There's 3 in the back, and then like 2 in the front, and 1 in the somewhere. Maybe that was with the Fold or something like that. But same thing with the Galaxy S10, to where you got 3 in the back, I think 2 in the front or something. So they had the regular camera. They had the zoom in one where you're not actually zooming in, just like it goes further. So there's no digital zoom, so you get a clear picture up to that whatever point. And then they had like a super wide one, so he was holding it like right up to the table, and he had 3 Galaxy S10 boxes. So he was taking a picture of the one in the middle. They were on top of each other, one here, one in the middle, one in the bottom. So he had the picture of the one in the middle, then he zoomed in on it, and then he kept the camera in the same spot and did like the super wide, and from the same position, the camera like got all 3 boxes somehow. It was really crazy how that camera worked. Something with the panorama, you got like a less thin. It was like a bigger panorama, same length. The width was bigger or something like that. She said, and yeah, I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. But yeah, as far as getting it, I do like the Adobe Premiere Rush thing. That's awesome. That kind of is intriguing me, but I'm sure to get this phone, even like the medium one, well, like I said, it's not $1,000. That's cool. I think the Plus might be. I forget the prices, but I remember specifically. I feel like they showed it quick, but I remember specifically the middle one was only like 8, only 8, But the middle one was only like 8, so it still gives you that feeling like, whoa, thank God it's not $1,000. It still feels like reachable in cell phone world, like, you know what I mean? Am I gonna get it? Like without the trading in thing I have now, probably gonna have to pay a lot of money to like right off the bat to get it and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to trade in my S8, so I'm not gonna do a trade in and stuff like that, because I want to. It was time to, like I said, lower my bill. And I was talking about the Note 7. We all know what happened with that. We had to get rid of them, whatever. I remember I had like 4 phones in like a year because I had the S6 Edge Plus, and then I went to the Note 7. Yeah, my first Note, so in love with it, and we all know what happened with that. Then you had to bring that in, so that what they gave me was a regular S7 Edge at the time. I liked that phone, but the Note obviously was newer, and it had a better shape to it. I felt, and just was, same thing with the button thing. The fingerprint scanner was no time at all on the Note, so it was a little step back, whether it was a half step, a full step, whatever you want to say. So then the Galaxy S8 was coming out. I remember going into the store and holding it, and I was like, wow, this feels just like the Note 7. Has the same like nice round feeling to it. You could hold it nice. And I remember that was the first time I said to myself, I was like, wow, I was like, the S8 Plus, I was like, I think phones are getting too big. I was like, I think 5.8 inches for phones is like, and I remember that was huge. That was like breaking grounds with the Note 7. But I remember saying to myself, I was like, I think this is like the top amount you can do to actually hold it in your hand with one hand. Since that was like revolutionary with the Note 7, I mean, that was a huge screen. I was like, I don't think I need to go. It was bigger than this, and I was like, I couldn't hold the Plus. I was like, this feels like too big or something. So to me, the S8, the regular one, same size as the Note 7, and to me, it was just a spiritual successor to the Note 7. Of course, I missed the pen at first, but I kind of got used to it. Like, the Galaxy S8 eventually upgraded with a lot of the software things that the Note 7 had, so it was like, I don't know, it was fine, you know. So I felt like it was time to finally keep my phone, and plus, I mean, I need a backup phone. You know what I mean? Like, there was no trading in back in the day. Like, you went in, you signed a 2-year contract, and like they gave you a phone, and like sometimes you paid like $50. But as long as you signed the contract, that was what they wanted. So it didn't matter if it was like a new phone. You know, it was like maybe 50 to 100. I don't know. But I feel like it was around 50 because I was able to like afford it. You know, I feel like I wasn't getting that much help at that point, as far as I don't know. So yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I said, I feel like it was time to lower my bill, and like I just need a backup phone. Like, you know, this phone has like the micro SIM, you know, so that's like future proof. The SIMs aren't gonna get small in that. You know, so if anything happens to my phone in the future, or yeah, if something happens to the phone, and even if I have to, like, you know, ship it back and have to wait a little bit, I could still use the S8 for a little while. Because right now, if something happens to my S8 and I gotta wait for like the replacement phone to come in, even if it's just like a day, like there's no phone I can go back to fit the SIM card into. It's like I don't even know. I think the last phone that I have is the Galaxy S3. So it's like, you know, which that would be funny and cute to use. My mother had the Galaxy S4 up until a couple months ago. We finally got her a new phone, much needed. But I say much needed, but the point of me mentioning it was that it still worked pretty good. You know, obviously you're doing YouTube, even like stuff like YouTube, if you try to turn the phone sideways, you know, it took a little while for it to flip. And then speaking of Apple, that reminds me, because I've had both, I felt like, throughout the times, because I had the iPod Touch, which is basically an iPhone without the calling ability or the network ability, if you can say that, because, you know, you have apps that make calls, whatever. So I feel like I had both throughout the times, but now my iPod Touch, the same thing like as the S4, like probably even worse at this point. YouTube again, you go to turn it sideways. It takes like 5 minutes now for the iPod Touch to like flip that video. It's only, I think they made one more iPod Touch after that. So it's the second oldest. I think it was like 2012. But yeah, at that point, like I was still using the iPod for music. And so now I'm like, you know what? I think I finally reached a point where I was like, I think I should just start doing that with my phone, because like just transfer everything over to the Galaxy. Just my phone, you know, like whatever it is. So haven't used Apple in a while. There was a point where I went into the store. I feel like I've told the story maybe in last year's Samsung thing, but I went to the store and I was gonna go get an iPhone, because Samsung did have this period around S5, S6, where they would upgrade your phone with the newest phone's operating system. And now the phone that you had, basically, it became so chuggy and like laggy and stuff. And I felt like they were doing it to like piss you off, to make you want to get the newest phone. So I think it was after the S5, because I love the S5. I love the S3. That was my first Galaxy. Then I went to the S5, which I loved. I remember opening that and be like, whoa, phones are like tablet size now, and the S5 is like small now compared. So at first I loved the S5, but then when they upgraded it with the S6, the software became like unusable. and I think that was happening with like the S3 too, or something. There was like a period where I had enough. I was like, this seems like it's going on long enough to this is something that they're gonna be keep doing. So I was like, I think it's time to, you know, people would always tell me like, you know, the iPhone didn't matter, even if you had an old iPhone. Like I said, my iPod Touch now, 2012 or 2019. What is that? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 6 years. You know, it's like, so, which should still be, you know, like, look at my mother's phone, S4. I forget when that came out, but that was still, you know, functionable. But iPhones did have a rep at the time, even if it was years back, 3 years, 4 years, maybe 5, that they were still functionable. So I went into the store. I was like, this has gone on long enough now where they've kind of screwed me over, where I felt like they're purposely trying to force you to get a new phone. I went in there, and then I saw the S6 Edge Plus, and I was like, oh, this phone's so beautiful. And I wound up doing that instead. Then I think this new guy they have, he's come on in recent years, maybe, you know, but ever since he came on, I think, and the guy in the stream, the I guess he's Japanese, whatever he is, hilarious guy. He's like the Godfather. He's always like, we listen to the people and we make things. We ain't getting rid of headphone jacks. The people want it. Hey, fuck you. Like, he's like hilarious. I think ever since he came on, whatever issues there were, he fixed everything. So that issue with the Samsung phones kind of stopped. That's why I actually, like I said, I went in to get an iPhone, and then I saw the S6 Edge Plus. And that was another phone that it happened to. That's right. It was, like I said originally, S5, S6 times. Yeah, because I don't remember really having a issue of my S3. My S3 I actually dropped like I wasn't using a case, and I dropped my S3 like 1,000,000 times, and that thing never stopped working. And then, yeah, I dropped it on concrete. 1,000,000 times I dropped the S3, and which I don't recommend doing. I just was like, I don't know what was going on at the time. But then I remember coffee table in my living room, like not even that high off the ground. Boop. And that was the last drop. It wasn't even like a hard drop or anything, and that was the last straw with that. And then that's why I had to get the S5. But yeah, I remember the S6. I love the S5. I felt screwed over at the time. I got the S6 Edge Plus. That's crazy. So wait, hold on a second. They had a regular S6 with a flat screen. Then they had the S6 Edge. And then they came out with the S6 Edge Plus, which is a bigger version. Like I said, I would always go for the bigger phone, but as of the S8, I was like, I think they're getting too big. 6. Once you go over like the 6 mark, I feel like you can't hold it in your hand right. But 5.8 is like the last jump to where, and again, the way Samsung does it, like the phones are with that edge thing, it makes it easier to hold. So I'm not sure how 5.8 is on other phones, like an iPhone or something. Because remember, iPhones, yeah, they didn't have the curve. So you had the screen, and then you had the phone, so it was like a little bigger even. Whatever. But yeah, S6 Edge Plus, same thing happened. I absolutely loved that phone. Didn't love with the S6s that they took out the ability to... excuse me. They got the ability to put an SD card in there and take out the battery. That was the other thing, taking out the battery. I was thinking of it earlier. I couldn't think of the second thing. We've kind of gotten over taking out the battery. Because I don't know, my phone lasts. I don't have an issue with it. Like, so, but the ability to expand the storage, absolutely not. You know, like so they fixed that right away with the S7. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like the software shit. The shit trying to like take the fucking, like trying to be more like Apple and take the SD card out and stuff. Then this guy came along. He said, get the fuck out of here. And he was like, no, we're going a different direction. We're innovating. We're putting the shit that people want back in. And thank God this guy came along. I'm pretty sure he came along, and that's the story. I don't know. So yeah, as far as I know, this guy fixed everything, and it's been great since then. And then I think I went to the Note 7. Something told me, or something showed me that things were being fixed. Because like I said, I was fed up with the S5 at that point. I don't know. Maybe it did fuck with the S3, because for me to be fed up at the S5 point, whatever the case may be, but around that time period, I guess end of S3, S5, S6, I was like, before they fixed everything. And that software stuff was inexcusable. It was like, you really felt like they fucking you over purposely just to force you to get the new phone. Because like the updates just made the phone different than what it was. S5 was so smooth, beautiful, amazing. Then it became chuggy and like weird and choppy. Same with the S6 Edge Plus. Beautiful. Loved the software. Updated it. Couldn't even recognize it at a certain point. So yeah, I don't know. What the fuck was I going with this? So for some reason I tried the Note 7. I had an inkling or something was telling me things were being fixed. Plus I never had a Note before. And I guess the way they were advertising or whatever, I was like, I think it's time to try the Note. It's not like I'm going for another Galaxy. So I was like, if I was, I'd probably have went to the iPhone at that point. But I was like, seems like things are being fixed. Plus this is a Note phone, so let me just try this one more time. And ever since that point, really, there was no problem with software at all, I felt. I think that's when this guy came on. Because everyone went back to the S7, no problem. Like, I forgot about that, really. So thank God that was fixed. So then I went to the 8 because it was like the same shape to me as the Note 7, and I guess newer phone, gonna be a little more powerful. I feel like it's like the spiritual successor to the Note 7. So I'm gonna stick with the S8 for now. We'll see how much. I'll go into the store and I'll ask them like how much it is to get an S10 and stuff like that. Like I said, I do like some of the features, but I do also, when it comes in the stores like Best Buy and stuff, I want to hold it, see how it feels, stuff like that. But like I said, I'll ask them how much is it to go for the S10, and we'll see what's going on. We'll see how much it would raise the cell phone bill and everything. Because I'm liking having the phone paid off, and I don't really feel the need to upgrade at all. I am very happy with my S8 as of right now. I still feel like I'm going to use it until years, I can. Couple of things with the S10 are intriguing to me. The Adobe editing thing. Of course, it's a newer phone, more powerful. Not liking that camera thing in the front. I feel like since it's just a little dot, though, I can maybe get over it. We'll see. We'll see if it has a feature where you can, make the screen go in more. So it ends there, so you won't even notice the thing. A lot of phones have that feature. As far as the Fold, I think it's a cool, because I've been thinking like it's time to get a tab. Sometimes you just want to put your phone down, not be bothered, cool down, refresh your mind, and not, because sometimes you want to do something on your phone, but then you're like, you put do not disturb on, and somehow people are still messaging you. You still see, it's like, what the fuck is this do not disturb? So, you still see it there, one way of form or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, I think I should get a tablet soon. Even for a couple like George Lucas era Star Wars stuff, books I want to read. I'm not a big reader, but because it's Star Wars, I will read. And just like I said, so I'm looking at the tablet stuff. So that notion of that phone, well, then again, you still could get disturbed, But you do want a tablet for other things, like sometimes looking up stuff for something, and you're looking on your phone, but it'd be nice to instantly, boom, nope, go into tablet mode right there. One thing I liked about it was that, like, you know, he went to the GPS, Google Maps, and, you know, he had it on the front of the phone. He's like, you know what? I need a bigger screen. Boom, opens it up, and instantly it just goes, it's right there. The screen just becomes bigger, and you see more of the map and stuff like that. So that's cool. That's awesome. Especially, I think about when you take these car services like Uber and stuff like that. I think of, like, the drivers. It might be a cool thing for them because, like, they won't have to have a phone and a tablet. They can buy this thing. It's one package. Well, then again, I mean, for the price that it is, you could technically buy a phone and a tablet, like, separately if you wanted to. But then again, one thing. You don't have to charge two things. You know what I'm saying? So I think about, it'll be good for, like, that kind of situation. Like an Uber driver situation, stuff like that. Like I said, I do like the instant tablet thing. I'm still amazed, like, how does the screen fold? Like, that just, like, boggles my mind. That's awesome technology. So yeah, there's things that are intriguing about the S10. Do I feel like I'm in need of it? Absolutely no. Like I said, I love my S8. I feel like I can use this thing. Even with the S9, I know it's a newer phone. I know it's more powerful. I always like to try with the trade-in thing. It was great because, like, you always had, like, the top technology. But like I said, look at the phone from my mother. Your S4 still could use it. Obviously, you can't do certain things. Again, you know, multi-stream, multitask. But this phone's great. And, like I said, I still see far into the future having this phone, no problem. It's got all the basics. It's super powerful. It's like a tank still. You know? Yeah, like I said, there's some things that are intriguing about the S10 to me. I'll go test it out. I'll go hold it, see how it feels. I will ask them how much. I'm sure it's going to be like, you know, I'm going to have to go in there, pay like $200 off the bat. Then my bill's going to be raised $30. I'm not sure if I'm down for that right now. Maybe I'll see what the S9 is about. But again, the S9, like, I've held it and the edges, the side is like rigidy. It's more squarish or something. And that doesn't feel as secure with the completely rounded edges of the S8. Just get an awesome grip. I love the S8. I don't like I said, there's features here that are intriguing me, but I'm probably going to keep the S8 for as long as possible because I like my bill being cheaper, and it's just an amazing phone. Like, I have no need for anything, you know, like even pictures, like even as of the Note 7, like I remember saying, okay, I finally reached a point where if I go to an event, I don't even need to bring a camera because the battery is ridiculous. I never had a problem with the Note 7 battery, but the battery is ridiculous and the camera is ridiculous. Same thing with the S8. And that's a newer phone. So you go to events, I feel like you don't even need a camera anymore. The camera is just as good enough to take, you know, as we've finally reached that point. So S8 has everything that I need. But I don't know. So like I said, let me know did you guys watch the event? Are you an iPhone person? Are you a Galaxy person? Are you someone that tries out the other phones like the OnePlus or Google? Hello, Google Chrome, Google Pixel. What the hell was it originally called? Before Pixel, before they changed the name. Oh my God! Let me know in the comments. I can't think of the name of the Google phones before they changed the Pixel. Yeah, so you a Pixel guy? You know, Pixels do have great cameras. Whoa, there we go. Like I said, all these phones have great cameras today. But yeah, another cool year. The fold made me feel like it was them revealing the Note all over again. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that, you know, we'll see how it does. they did mention luxury product, and I think it's just something, you know, they need to have something new and fresh. We'll see how it does. Who knows? I don't think it's... I can't see it being mainstream because of the price, and I see it being its strongest in, like I said, like businesses, like for Uber drivers and stuff like that. Phone and tablet right there. You know, one thing to charge. I see it more of I see it being strongest in a business sense. Mainstream, because even like when the guy was holding it, it just looks like this, like the size, and like it looks like an out of the ordinary type device. When it's closed, not completely weird, but it just looks like something that's extra in the way of like, you extra, you know what I'm saying? Like, but very cool nonetheless. Like I said, I wasn't feeling the front screen, and I think it said it was like 4.8, and that's like small for today's standards. And also, like I said, it doesn't reach the full like phone. The screen's only this big, and the phone's like this big, so that's a little weird. But it's a little, yeah. Like I said, I think I see it being strongest in like the business sense. Not sure how it's gonna do mainstream or whatever, but we'll see. But still, it's still cool. It's still something that, because if they just talked about phones, they know that gets kind of like, doesn't matter how many features they have. Like they needed a fresh product. They need to keep pushing it, see what they can keep doing. And that gangster Japanese guy that I was talking about that took over, what did he say? He was like, they said. He was obviously as a Japanese accent, but the attitude was like, they said it's over. They said you couldn't do any more. And we say, open your mind. Open your fucking mind. He's a fucking gangster. It's hilarious. But, yeah. Alright, guys. Well, it's snowing over here, so I gotta go clear it out for some peeps. And, but yeah, like I said, tried to stream the event. It was like, I didn't feel like it was working out or something, so cut it off there. But then I was like, you know what, I still want to come on and do some sort of something, because I love these events. And like I said, as of last year, this is kind of like a something I don't want to miss, and I'm glad I caught it, because I didn't hear about it. Unless from that email, thank God. I got that, whatever email it was, a Samsung advertisement email or something. Or was it? Because I feel like I would put that in spam. Maybe it was like from a store or something. Who knows? But I'm glad I caught this. I guess they do too, because I think I'm pretty sure like the one, I think I streamed that last year was in August. So I'm like, well, they have two parts of the year. This is the Galaxy part of the year, and then they have the Note part of the year. So, you know, I guess there's going to be another Unpacked in August or something like that. But if I don't stream the event, I still want to come on and talk about it or something like that, because, like I said, I love this phone stuff, this Galaxy stuff. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think about it. You have a Galaxy phone? You have an iPhone? And if you do have an iPhone, let me know what you think about the Fold. Would you like to see that from Apple in some form of fashion? And yeah. And if you are, just anything from this event make you want to come over to the Galaxy side? Alright, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joey, JCM. Thank you for joining me here for this after discussion of the Samsung Unpacked February edition 2019 for the Galaxy S10, the Samsung, I keep going to say Flip, the Samsung Fold, the new earbuds, the whatever. One thing that still sticks out in my mind is that Adobe Premiere Rush, or whatever it was called, for the phone. That was awesome. But we'll see how we could use it. It was still nice to hear they can have some, like, they're partnering, and it's going to be like a legit name brand editing tool on there, for free, I guess, because they're partnering. So yeah, that's it, guys. I guess I'll let you know maybe if I try the phone. I think I did that with the Note 7. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's been rough these days. Just, I'm like, you know, I wish I had $1 million so I could just every day work on videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. But something's got to get cut in the time vortex that we're in right now. That's okay. You got moments like this. You got moments like this. You know, whatever. Like I always say, I'll always be here in some form or fashion because I just love art. I love making videos. I love making music. I love this. I love that. Hugs. I love you. So yeah, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is Joey JCM Samsung Unpacked 2019 Febs dish. And you guys know the ways you can raise the power level of the channel. And that is it for now. I will see you guys later.